What's up, guys? This is Kanan, coach of the Tulsa Driller, and today I'm going to just do a quick recap of the Season 2 draft that we completed last night for the CDL, the Chill Draft League that we've been in for last 8 weeks or so. Looking forward to Season 2. We're doing Series 7 instead of Series 5 this time, so really excited. Some of you that have watched my other videos, this team may look a little familiar to you. I picked a lot of things that I like and have had success with in the past, and few different things. So first of all, our Gmax pick for this one is Venusaur. I don't think I have to tell anybody why Gmax Venusaur is good. Put it in the sun and it's going to be one of the fastest things on the field. Combine that with a great Gmax attack, good overall bulk, just a solid overall choice with things like sleep powder. You can run it a lot of different ways. So getting Venusaur as my Gmax felt really good. That was my third overall pick. My first overall pick obviously was Glastrier. Just got done winning the finals in the CWBL with it. Was, in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons that I even made it to the finals in that league. So with the third overall pick, I was surprised it didn't go number 1 overall or even number 2 overall, but I ended up grabbing it, and this thing is just an absolute monster, as everybody knows. And in Draft League, I mean, it's just really hard to counter weekly while also worrying about things like Venusaur, Torkoal, Dragonite, stuff like that. So really looking forward to using this again. I think it's a great pick. I think it can carry our team just like it did in the CWBL. So definitely didn't want to turn that down. Second overall pick, we got Torkoal. Wanted that because I knew, one, it's a huge threat to Glastrier, and anytime you can take a threat to one of your main mons off the table, that's always good. And when you combine Trick Room plus Sun, that's just absolutely dangerous. So being able to run Glastrier, Torkoal, and Venusaur together, I mean, it's going to be really hard to counter all three. And when you throw in our fourth overall pick, which was Dragonite, then, I mean, that's just an absolute force. Actually, I don't think I took Dragonite fourth overall. I think I actually took Togetic first and then Dragonite. But anyway, Dragonite gives us the ability to run really any set we want. Physical, special, coverage for absolutely everything. I mean, Dragonite's just huge. With an 80 speed and good defenses, I can either run him slow to where he'll function Trick Room with things like Glastrier and Torkoal, or I can run him faster to run alongside Venusaur. So I think overall he gives me a lot of versatility. I really like that I can run him in either mode of my team and he's going to be successful, and things like multi-scale make him a great choice against, something that's going to be hitting really hard or something that is going to set up weakness policy, things like that. Overall, I think Dragonite just gives us a lot to work with, so I feel really good about that. Next, we've got Crocodile. I wanted something more of a mid-speed tier, mid-upper speed tier. Crocodile comes in at 92, I think, 92, 97, one of the two, I don't remember. I guess I can look. Comes in at 92. So, upper end of mid speed. Not going to be as slow as the other stuff I have. Going to function out of Trick Room a little better than things like Torkoal, Glastrier. So, also he's got so many good options. Intimidate, Moxie, both fantastic. Anger Point is good too. I just don't really have anything on my team that will activate it consistently, I don't think. But it's another good weakness policy user. Intimidate's always valuable. Moxie's a really good ability. I think overall Crocodile brings a lot to tie this team together. Gives us kind of an out to fire types, which threaten the Venusaur and the Glastrier. So I think Crocodile is going to overall be really good for this team. And then my Trick Room core setters right here, Togetic and Carbink. Togetic is super bulky, doesn't do a whole lot else besides, be bulky and then do things like helping hand and yawn and things like that. But it can, sneaky hit something with a dazzling gleam or sneaky hit something with a, heat wave, things like that. I think Togetic is um, a really, really good choice for tier 2, especially for something that wants to set up Trick Room consistently like we want to do. Speaking of Trick Room, Carbink is going to be our Trick Room setter. Carbink, fairly slow, but man, its defenses are where it's going to shine. It's also got the built-in sturdy, so it doesn't have to run Focus Sash, which allows it to run, any other item, um, which is always going to be very, very useful. Combine that with, the 150 defense, 150 special defense. You can spec him into either. I've done some calcs. This thing is incredibly hard to knock out. And then he's got really good support, screens, things like that. So I think Carbink is going to be a very pivotal part of this team. We'll find out. I've never used Carbink before, but as far as a Trick Room setter goes, I think he's a really good choice. We'll find out. And since we have Sun, we went ahead and picked up Heliolisk. He's got solar power, which is fantastic. Charizard proves that. His stats aren't quite as good as what Charizard's are, but a 109 special attack and a 109 speed is better than Charizard. So I think he's got potential to really put in some work and catch some people off guard that aren't expecting him. And I think that he gives me a really good out to some things that I was a little bit weaker to, things like water types in Trick Room, water types after Venusaur's gone, things like that. I think Heliolisk gives me some really, really good options. He can also run Dry Skin and Sandveil. He's got 3 really good abilities. So against rain teams, sand teams, things like that want to counter my Sun, Heliolisk can shine in those situations too. And his typing's not too bad either. Electric and normal. It's not amazing, but there are definitely worse typings out there. On my T4s, Archeops, I think, is going to be kind of a sneaky surprise pick. Anybody that's watched my IDL videos knows I freaking love Archeops. I think there's been a grand total of 3 games that I haven't brought Archeops in the IDL. He just has so much upside his stats are, until he hits Defeatist, his stats are absolutely fantastic. He has Tailwind, fast rock slides, things like that. I absolutely adore Archeops and intend to put some work in for him here too. I don't know that he'll be the cornerstone of this team, kind of like he has been in the IDL, especially since in that league our record's not quite as good as we want it to be. So I don't know that he'll be the cornerstone for that one, but I still think he's really, really good, especially for a tier 4 pick. I think he's a steal at a tier 4. Speaking of steals at tier 4, I feel like honestly we got 3 of the best tier 4s out there, because we also got Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan has a ton of upside. He's got Fake Out. He's got, I think, 3 priority moves, 2 of which get boosted by Iron Fist. I think Hitmonchan's just a really solid tier 4 choice, and I think it pairs really well with other things on my team. We needed some fighting coverage. We needed some things to activate weakness policies, and Hitmonchan does a really good job of all of those things. So I'm really looking forward to trying to make the most of this tier 4 pick. And finally, we picked up Magneton. It's double electric coverage. The only thing that, I guess we have 3 flying types, but it's the only thing that we have double coverage on, aside from flying, and flying is just kind of a subtyping in my opinion. But we needed a steel type. Magneton, I think, is very underrated. Especially throwing Eviolite on him with his stats and the fact that he's got 120 special attack. I think Magneton's very, very, very good. He has Sturdy. I think he's just overall a really good Bond, and I think that there might be some matchups that he becomes very useful, very helpful. We'll find out. Overall, just top to bottom, I think this draft is really, really good and really scary. We'll find out, of course, as the season goes along. But I really like the synergies that I got. Hybrid Sun Trick Room is really good. Dragonite is just solid across the board. Got some extra things that play well in sun, like Heliolisk, and some sneaky picks like Archeops and Hitmonchan. So I think that we've got a really good shot. We made playoffs last year, but went out in the first round. We don't want that to happen again. We want to make it all the way this season, and I think this team is the one to get us there. So we'll find out as we play it, but I feel good about it. Hopefully you guys feel good about it. Hopefully you guys continue to support the channel throughout this second season, and hopefully we continue to grow as we go, and hopefully we continue to get better. We haven't, done a ton of that, but I think we've got a chance to improve as we go along. So guys, appreciate you checking us out. We'll be posting videos of this team starting this week. First match is going to be, I believe it's the St. Michael's Alchemy. Got a pretty good team. Haven't taken a chance to look over it and see exactly what we want to do against it yet, but it's got a lot of really scary things like Urshifu, which is terrifying no matter what. Dracovish is also good, so we'll look into it a little bit more as we build our team, and we'll have some information on it before our first video. But I'm excited to get this season rolling, and I hope you guys are too. And until our next video, take it easy.